Welcome back. Let's do question 1.2. Okay, we have our equations f of x and g of x. Right now we are required to sketch the graphs of f and g on the same set of axes, clearly showing all the intercepts with the axes, the turning points and the asymptotes. Right, let's do our calculations. We need to look at the key features of these two graphs. Let's start with f of x. Right, let's say for f of x, let's start with the shape. The shape of f of x, since a is -2, it means the graph is concave down. The graph is concave down, so it's going to be shaped like this. And then what will be the turning point? The coordinates of the turning point. Then the turning point, if you have the equation of the form f of x is equal to ax squared plus q. The coordinates of the turning point will be 0, q. So now our q is 2 for this function f of x. So it means the turning point there, the coordinates of the turning point are 0, 2. So we have the shape, we have the turning point. Right, we need the x-intercept. At the x-intercept, you know that y is equal to 0. Along the x-axis, y is equal to 0. Where there's y, we put 0. So we're going to put 0 here where there's f of x. So it's going to be 0 is equal to -2 x squared plus 2. Let's continue here. So it's going to be 0 is equal to -2 x squared plus 2. Right, do we have any highest common factor here? Yes, we can factorize. To solve for x here, we can start by factoring out -2. So we divide everything by -2. 0 divided by -2 is going to be 0. And then -2 here, we get x squared. And then we get -1. This is difference of two squares. 0 is equal to x. Square root of x squared is x. Square root of 1 is 1. So it's x minus 1, first bracket. Then the square root of x squared, x, square root of 1, 1 plus 1. Okay. Remember, difference of two squares, you just have your two brackets. You put your square roots. And then the other bracket is minus, the other bracket is plus. So it means x minus 1 is equal to 0, or x plus 1 is equal to 0. And then x is equal to 1, or x is equal to -1. And then the other thing you could have done here, to have solved it differently, just say 2x squared is equal to 2, divide both sides by 2, and then x squared is equal to 1. Then find the square root of 1, x is equal to positive or -1. So these are the x-intercepts. Then y-intercept. Y-intercept will be at our turning point, but just know that to find the y-intercept, let x be equal to 0. At the y-intercept, x is equal to 0. So we put 0 where there's x, y is equal to -2, equal to -2, 0 squared plus 2. So y is equal to 2. The coordinates of the y-intercept will be 0, 2, which is just the same as the turning point. Okay, that is for f of x. Let's do the calculations for g of x. G of x, what will be the shape of this function? If you're functioning in the form a times bx plus q, that if a is positive and b is greater than 1, the graph will be increasing. So this will be the shape of the graph. Okay, sometimes, let's say you forget about the effect of a on the shape, you can just do a small table. Just do a small table. Remember, you can sketch using the table of values, x and then y. Maybe three values, -1, 0, and 1. And then you substitute to your equation. Y is equal to 2 to the power x plus 1. And then if x is -1, put that in the calculator, you get 3/2. Then if x is 0, you get 2, that is your y-intercept. And then if x is 1, you get 3. And then you can use these points to sketch your graph. Okay, we're going to use the table and also this. And then what else do we need? The y-intercept. Y-intercept, x is equal to 0. So it's going to be y is equal to 2 to the power x, 2 to the power 0 plus 1. So your y is equal to 2. Okay. And then this graph will not cut the x-axis since the asymptote is y is equal to 1. And then the graph is increasing. So it means it's going to be like this. This is the asymptote. Then the graph is increasing like that, so it will never cut the x-axis, so there are no x-intercept. You try to solve for x, you won't get any solution. Right, we've done the necessary calculations. Now let's sketch our graphs. Right, we said for f of x, the shape is concave down like this, and then this is the turning point. X-intercepts, the coordinates of the y-intercepts are the same as the coordinates of the turning point. Right, let's start by sketching f of x. So let's say this is the 0, 2, the turning point, then x-intercept, -1, 0, 1, 0. You can sketch our graph now. This is the parabola, which should be symmetrical. Symmetrical. This is the parabola, which is f. So we have our x-intercepts, y-intercept, and the shape. We need to sketch g of x. Let's start with the equation of the asymptote. This is the asymptote, y is equal to 1. So this is the asymptote, y is equal to 1. Y-intercept, 0, 2, same as this. And then the graph is increasing. Okay, the graph is increasing, which is going to be like this. I said you can use your small table. Our table was x, y, and -1 giving us 3/2. And then we had 0 giving us 2, with 1 giving us 3. We can say -1, 3/2, which is 1.5 somewhere here. And then 0, 2 is this one. And then 1, 3 is somewhere there. You see that? So as you have these 3 points, you can easily sketch. So for exponential function, you can also use the table of values. This is g of x. We've managed to sketch our graph.